So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. So, I'm sure you would like to know why we have this fire officer here. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Welcome to Crime Watch. I know everybody from the fire service, they are looking, but I know that why you are here, October the 5th to the 11th is Fire Prevention Week. Am I right? Tell me more about Fire Prevention Week, sir.
Fire Prevention Week was developed out of the United States because of the Great Chicago Fire. That's 1871. Way back then.
Okay.
We had a situation where a cow kicked down a lamp in a van. And eventually what happened is 250 persons lost their lives, 17,000 homes were destroyed, and 100,000 persons displaced.
When the incident took place?
That took place in Great Chicago Fire.
Right.
But as a result of that, an organization named NFPA, National Fire Protection Association, was born, and we are part of that in Trinidad. We are part of that organization. We get our building codes, our fire codes from them, and they commemorate Fire Prevention Week from the 5th to the 11th every year, and we're part of that as well.
And this year, what is what you all are focusing on? Lithium-Ion.
That's correct. Lithium-Ion batteries.
Lithium-Ion batteries. Go ahead.
Ian, everywhere you look now, we have lithium-ion batteries. We have electrical vehicles. We have people using e-scooters, e-bikes, even the medical grade wheelchairs, the remote ones. They use lithium-ion batteries. Your cell phone, your laptop, the children's toys, including that in your hand, especially that.
Is it true? This could catch fire just like that?
Well, if there's something called a phenomenon called thermal runaway, this is where one of the cells in that battery, there's a battery inside of that small device, if that cell were to overheat, think about it, if you leave that in your car all day, you leave that in your car all day and that heat up, there's a possibility you can have thermal runaway. So we're asking persons, store your phones, your chargers, your batteries in a cool environment. Don't leave it in your car on top of the dashboard for the sun.
And what about charging whole night and thing?
That is also an issue. Ian.
And I keep it by the bed.
That's
by
right.
the bed head, whole night charging.
Under the pillow too, on a soft surface. So we're saying place it on a hard surface where it will not be involved in a fire.
So keeping it under the pillow is dangerous also?
And you know some people like to hide the phone under the pillow, right? So we need to be careful with those things. So there's a lot of ways in which we don't know. We've been seeing fires, in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's not just in America and North America, but it's also in Trinidad and Tobago.
That is caused by this? By this lithium-ion battery?
That is correct. That is correct. So I can tell you for a fact there are fans, electric fans that have a backup charge power, lithium, and we would have investigated fires that involved laptops on beds, cell phone on beds, even remote controls, earbuds, all these different things. But
on the
bed, and because it's on a soft surface that is combustible.
Wow.
Those are the issues that we're facing. Also, we're asking you, do not charge your devices near your exit and leave your scooters, leave your charging device by the exit, because when it catches a fire, it has a rapid rate of configuration that causes a fire that will create what's called a toxic smoke. A toxic smoke that you will not be able to breathe. So if it's by your exit, you limit your ability to get out of yours. You're trapped in your home. You're trapped in your own home. And these are the issues that we're looking at, Mr. Ian. At the end of the day, we in the fire service are not going to wait till it starts to happen all over the country. We want to be proactive, and that's why we're out there on the nation's roadway. So we're out there tomorrow in east, west, north, south, and Tobago. Our officers will be out, meeting and greeting the people on the streets and sharing this information with them. So I have some spots that you can look out for us at. I can tell you where we're going to be. All right?
But tell us, because it's frightening now. Tell us something. We have seen so many people. I know we want to talk about the battery, but nevertheless, we have seen so many people perish in their homes and whatnot. And a fire, it spreads so easy. Sometimes you go there and by the time you just turn your
3 minutes, Ian.
in 3 minutes, 3 minutes. On fire.
That's correct. Yeah, and I've investigated. I've had 23 years of my career in the fire service, 18 of which has been in the fire prevention department as a fire investigator. And I've investigated from the worst to the least. I sometimes go back in time and I remember fires that we've investigated, but there always is a lesson to be learnt in all of them. Persons who are involved in fires, when you discover a fire, Ian, what you need to do is evacuate immediately. Raise an alarm. Shout out to your family members. Don't spend time trying to go back in and get things. If I call names now, right? People Ian, who have involved, people we know in media, people who are school teachers, children, and we know all of these situations that have happened. One of the greatest fires that I've dealt with, or one of the worst, McBean, we lost 7 persons in that fire about 10 years ago.
I remember that.
Green Door.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
That's a very, 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 very bad fire. But we learn from these experiences. And that's why we're here this afternoon, and that's why we will continue to share the message with the public.
Do you think that every home should, I mean, I know we want to focus on this battery, but just having you being here, it's a big thing for me right now, because you all are great people, and hats off to the fire officers when you see them on the accident,
jaws of life, the jaws of life, yes.
They're so coordinated and whatnot. I mean, I must say hats off to them. Yeah. But tell me something, do you believe that every home, I mean, now we burglar-proof inside because of crime, and we do have a fire exit?
Well, what we tell persons are, you can actually have your burglar-proof, we call it fireproof, burglar-proof, but you also have an escape hatch inside of that. So you don't, they have that now, there's keyless burglar-proofing. So you can actually escape, but don't lock yourself in, and you are unable to get out of the building. We want persons to know that you need to have your drill, practice your drill. But when you're building your home, at least the 1-bedroom window should have an emergency escape hatch. 1-bedroom window. So if you put that in each bedroom, you will not have to worry if the door is unencumbered by fire. Or if you are locked or trapped, you just go to that point. You may have the key where the bandits can't get in, but you know. And you can access, unlock, and you make your escape.
You know how many people I know, and I will tell you, there's people I know right now watching my show, and you know what they did? The room to get in, the door to get into their room, they'll have a burglar-proof. But the burglar-proof now is in all the windows.
Yes.
So what about if one of these lithium
batteries were to escape, and cause a fire?
To explode.
Yes.
As you said, it's just a cell.
Yes.
Simple. We always have it on the bed. You always have it on the bed. You're sleeping with it. You're putting it under the pillow. What about if that happened and you don't have time and that could spread so fast?
That's right. Yeah, and once that get onto a mattress, that's it, you know.
Serious?
The smoke that emanates from a mattress is as toxic as cyanide. That's how serious. This is not no joking thing. This is a very, very serious thing. Very, very serious. And I want to tell you a little bit about the statistics.
No, you go ahead, sir.
I want to tell you a little bit about the statistics.
This is very important.
We have been looking at the statistics in the fire. We look at every death by fire. We look at every fire that occurs in households. And we were averaging, after the pandemic, over 600 fires annually, household fires. Annually.
In Trinidad?
In Trinidad and Tobago. That works out to be almost 1.5 fires per day. But you're just not going to hear about it on the news. You only hear about the ones where it's a major thing and lives are lost.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that is going on.
How much 100 a year?
600 on average. 600. When you average over the last 5 years, 500 plus, 700 sometimes. But it averages around 600 household fires annually.
And what about those gas tanks?
Well,
tell me about all that.
Interesting.
And they didn't come to talk about that.
That's okay. That's okay. It's fire prevention. It's fire prevention. And the thing about gas tanks, it's a simple thing that we need to be focused on. One, we must be our own keeper. Or we must be our own safety officer. When you purchase a tank, don't just look for the pretty tank. Don't look for the one that is painted lovely and all of that and think that you get a good tank. When you purchase from the dealer who is distributing the tank, you look at the valve of the tank, you're looking for the rubber seal at the top, even if you have to take off the tamper-proof seal, look at it, make sure there's a rubber there, that's one. Look out for any sort of escape of gas, smell for the gas. It's a very pungent smell. You will know.
Should you throw something water on it?
Of course. The bubbles with soapy water, you're going to pick up any leaks.
I saw one. Director, did I send you a video yesterday?
Yeah.
Director, did I send you a video yesterday? Yeah, get that video ready for me.
One of the other issues, you know we are our own worst enemies. Some of us have the hose to the tank, no hose clip. One. Secondly, the hose that we have has been there for 20 years. It dry rot. We never changed it.
But working good.
Right. But when you flex the line, you will see the breakage in the line. That's where the gas may be escaping. When that gas has built up, Ian, it will cause an explosion. I know of a lady, I investigated a fire. Not that situation, but one from before. It happens over and over. Same problem happens. Boom. And that's it. All right? Thankfully, that lady, she survived. But the home, a big hole in the roof. So, Ian, what we need to do, and I want to tell persons, When you have that tank, if you discover gas is in your room or you discover gas when you come home, don't put on a light, don't switch off a light. Just the switching on or off of a light can cause a spark. And that's all you need.
So if I put on that light, if I smell
that
gas in the kitchen,
switch has the potential. The switch has a potential to cause a spark, and all you need is a spark in a gas-filled environment. Persons have lost their lives like that. You scratch that match or you come in with a cigar or cigarette in that environment. So what we tell persons, ventilate. Open the window, open the door first. Don't put on a light. If the fan is on, leave it on. Don't plug anything out. Don't plug in anything. That could be your last move. So
don't move metal objects.
Don't move anything that could create a spark. Just ventilate that room. If you could disconnect the regulator from the tank and take it outside, I tell persons, wet a heavy towel, a big towel, shield yourself.
So do you believe that gas tanks should be placed outside?
I believe that all gas tanks should be in a ventilated, cool, ventilated, covered area, because there's a potential, and there's another potential. When you have the 100-pound gas tanks, we have encountered it. Yeah. Sometimes these gas tanks have been put down there for years. The base of the gas tank has rusted. That's where the leak begins.
True.
We've got calls like that.
Hearing this. Because we'll never have an opportunity like this again.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I myself shocked to know all this, even the base of the gas tank.
That's right. We've gotten calls in Trinidad and Tobago where we respond. I myself have responded right in Edinburgh 500. Yeah. Can't call any names.
Yes.
But when we checked it out, we got the trouble call. We told the lady, don't put on anything. It was outside. Yeah. When we turned the tank over, there you go, at the base because of rusting. So I'm telling all the ladies, all the people who are buying gas tanks, don't just look for the pretty tank that is painted. Turn the tank upside down, check the base of the tank as well.
Before we go, I want to show you a video.
Yeah.
Look at this video with this tank.
Seen a lot of rusting.
The guy's bubbling. It's bubbling. What's happening there?
Yeah, that's leakage, yeah. That's leakage, yeah.
So that's simple, they could blow up a whole house?
And this is the thing. It is over time. So over time, it fills the room. It takes a while, Ian. It takes a while, but it will fill the room. And you pick up the scent as you come. You ever, somebody, you're cooking and you must say, I'm smelling gas.
Smelling gas. But the first thing, what's smell?
Exactly.
Moving this, I'm smelling gas.
Right. That's not the time to scratch a match. That is not the time to scratch a light, to put on a lighter. That's not the time to put on the light switch. That is the time to open the windows, all the doors, and let fresh air come in and dissipate the gas.
Okay.
So you're bringing down the volatile volume of gas so it doesn't reach the explosive limit. So that's why we say ventilate the room. Do nothing else but ventilate. So you can overcome these things. Listen, we have to be fire smart.
And make sure we have an exit, a fire exit
that's
in
right.
the event of anything.
That's right.
And even though we see all these drills in companies and whatnot.
Yeah. At home.
You can do drills at home
That's
also?
correct, Ian. We do drills at home. And we're encouraging persons to do drills at home. And I will give you the steps to do drills
go ahead,
right
so
here.
You go ahead.
I'll give you the steps to do the drills. So all you need to do is to practice with your family. You need to have 2 ways in and out of your building. You have a back door, a front door, a side door, whatever door, but you must have 2 ways. For those of you who are in apartments and so forth, we know there are some apartments where you only have 1 way in, 1 way out. The fire service normally recommended sprinklers, emergency, smoke alarms, and extinguishers in your home, Ian.
3/4 of the population don't have extinguishers.
Yeah, I know. We see.
So you are recommended every home should have an extinguisher?
Every home should have at least one. I'm going to tell you the type 2. 1 dry powder chemical fire extinguisher.
In the kitchen?
In the area, near your exit.
Near your exit?
Near your exit. You want to know why?
Why?
When you place an extinguisher near the exit, it is away from any of the risks. The kitchen is a risk. The bedroom is a risk.
Yeah, true.
So you leave the place of danger, go to the door where if anything go wrong, you could still step outside, and then you extinguish the fire. So you go from the point of safety to the point of danger. The extinguisher is where it's safe. Don't put it in the kitchen near the stove. That is what will blow up. It will blow up the extinguisher too. Place it near your exits. So whenever you see fire extinguishers in buildings, you go to schools, you go to government buildings, you will always see them along the corridor or near the exit.
True.
You will see a pull station to pull the alarm near the exit where safety is. Right? Smoke detectors, battery-operated smoke detectors in every bedroom, Ian. Ian, when we work, we are hard-working people. Our nation is a hard-working nation. When people sleep in the tired, some people holding on 1 job, 2 jobs. What is going to wake you up in the dead of night when a smoke signature?
This is frightening for
Yeah,
me now. You
yeah,
know, I think
yeah.
you know. Can I think now?
Yeah.
I think the lithium
Ion batteries.
ion battery.
Yeah.
You have it in the airport.
Yes,
you have
everything.
it in your remote. So just make sure it's safe every night.
So with everything, I tell persons there's a safe way to use something and there's a wrong way to use it.
How's the safe way?
The safe way to secure your phone is on just what you did, on a hard surface. So if you're storing it, charge. When you are finished charging, sometime you might fall asleep. Thankfully, the more modern phones have a battery management system. Let me tell you what that is. That's a piece of software within the phone that manages and regulates the phone. So you ever notice you're charging your phone, and if it gets too hot, it says, phone is too hot, it shuts down the phone. That's a battery, but not all phones have that. Not all phones. So for those of you who don't have the technology, you run the risk. So these phones are very sophisticated now. They're making the devices very sophisticated.
You recommend charging phone and running cord, running an extension on the bed.
And across the
cord on the bed.
No, definitely. In fact, don't charge on the bed using the laptop on the bed. I recommend that you don't do that. Use a hard surface. I have underneath my laptop, I have a venting pad. That's one of the electronic pads that blows the wind underneath and keeps it calm and cool. Because I understand the dangers involved.
I think I got a 1-minute video I wanted to, was sent to us. Go ahead. Tell me about this.
In today's homes, lithium-ion batteries power our everyday lives, from smartphones, laptops, and power tools. But with great power comes great responsibility. This Fire Prevention Week 2025, we're urging you to charge into fire safety. Always use batteries, chargers, and devices that are certified by recognized testing labs. Never crush, puncture, or expose batteries to extreme heat. Store them properly to avoid overcharging. Watch for signs of danger, swelling, overheating, strange odors, or smoking. Dispose of used or damaged batteries at approved recycling centers. Never throw them in the regular trash. If a battery catches fire, don't try to fight it yourself. Evacuate and call the fire service immediately. Spread the message. Share these tips with your friends, family, and community, because safety is everyone's responsibility. This Fire Prevention Week, don't just plug in and forget. Charge into fire safety and power your homes the safe way.
There's a barcode. So I'm going to post that. But before we go, and I'm so happy to know all these things. And there are so many people, I'm sure that, just like yourself, I'm shocked today. I'm shocked about all this. But tell me something. Diwali is upon us.
Yes, yes.
These lights, that you see all these lighting thing and all these things like that. During Diwali, do you get a lot of calls?
Of course we do, I.A.N. Diwali is one of our peak periods for fires, as well as Christmas.
Before we go further, let me just take a break and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We'll talk about Diwali lights.
The I.A.N. Alleyne Show will be right back. Welcome back to the I.A.N. Alleyne Show.
You know, the fire officer and I, we were just chatting. For those of you who have just joined us, it's a fire prevention week, October the 5th to the 11th. But he was telling me something that it's a culture that, and while we were on that break, he said something to me, and it takes how much minutes for a fire to spread in a house?
The average house fire grows from 0 to 3 minutes, full blown in 3 minutes. I.A.N.
3 minutes?
3 minutes, I.A.N.
Full blown?
That's right. That's right. The average home in Trinidad and Tobago is what we call a Class B structure.
A Class B structure.
You might have a wooden roof, you might have a wooden floor, but you might have concrete walls. Once there's wood and wooden elements involved in the home, 3 minutes. You stand a fighting chance. If you have steel, said pull in and do, you stand a chance. But then everybody load up the house with curtain. Yes, but 3 minutes. The average house fire.
And what about so just imagine, and we don't have a fire extinguisher.
And you have no smoke
how much for a
detectors.
fire extinguisher?
Average $300 to $500.
How much for a smoke detector?
$100.
So $1,000 we are not spending.
Yes, yes. One extinguisher and 5 smoke detectors could protect a $6 million house.
Wow, well said. And you know it's Diwali time, so we love to get extension cords and put a plug,
That's called you're overcharging, you're double tapping, you're overloading a circuit. Each circuit in your home is recommended for a certain amount of amperage. When you overload the circuit, the tendency is now you can form weaknesses along the circuit, which can then cause a fire to start anywhere along the weak points on that line. So persons who love to plug plugs and then you add an extension onto that plug and then you put another extension, that's called double tapping, and that can overload the circuit. Electricians out there, they know what I'm talking about. Right? When you pass and you put your hand on the plug is hot or warm.
But we think that will never burn.
And we think it will never burn.
It just warmed it.
So for our Christmas lights persons who you buy your lights, buy UL listed lights.
Listen to me. What kind of lights to buy?
UL listed. That gives you some idea that there's a safety mechanism.
UL listed.
UL listed. So that on the writer's laboratory, those lights have been tested. So we know that they're good.
So when they go to buy lights, buy UL listed lights, because Diwali, we want to light up all the front.
Christmas
we want to have all the lights, Christmas,
and we
all the
nice.
lights, everything.
Yeah. We're recommending that persons don't plug more than 3 strings of lights on one circuit.
And what about leaving it and leaving it home and nobody's home and leaving lights and these lights?
That's the beauty in it, Ian. Most persons want to leave the lights unattended and go, but we don't know when a circuit can
But if I tell you, so I'm from old school, and my grandmother used to pull out the plug.
Pull out everything.
She pull out the plug. Even we go to church tonight and it's Christmas time, the lady pulling out the plug from the Christmas tree.
Yeah, she has the right idea.
I said, Ma, why you pulling out the plug for? She said, no, you can't leave no light on.
That's correct.
So, you recommend that too?
I recommend that as well. Yeah, and I plug out everything when I'm leaving home except the essentials. The fridge, whatever needs to, deep freeze, whatever needs to stay on. But any other non-essential items, I unplug it because I don't know what's going to happen when I leave home. I don't know.
I think what we have learned here today, I am so happy and really honored. And I'm really, really happy to learn. I mean, all these things you said today, imagine I was totally unaware. There are a lot of people who've been messaging us and messaging inside and said they are just happy to learn this. They are happy to learn about the lithium-ion battery safety, how these things, where to charge it, don't run cord. Everybody have an extension over the bed, by the bed, all kind. So and now Christmas is upon us. Now Christmas is upon us. Diwali is upon us. There are special kind of lights because now we light the little cheap lights now.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to cast any aspersions on anybody.
Lights.
And that is the thing. When you go for the cheaper is not always good. All right. So you want to focus on the lights that are tested. The UL listed lights.
UL listed lights.
Look
you
for
are
the
taking
tags.
down and saying UL listed light. When you're buying your light for Diwali, UL.
On the Writers Laboratory, that's what it stands for, is a certification body. It's a certification body that would have done testing, and we know that those lights will stand
the test.
So
if there are companies that have these lights, and you would like to get it on my show, make sure and get it, because that's all we will go for now. UL listed lights. I didn't even know that. I thought, well, I might be looking for a deal with the lights.
Exactly.
Like that man across, I'm not telling you how the regular guy
it will cost
I'm
you.
a regular guy. He have 3 lights for $100. That's real good. Not knowing how
the integrity.
That could burn down your whole house in 3 minutes, in 3 minutes. So before you go, is there anything you want to tell us again?
I just want to thank the nation for hearing what we have to say. I want you to know your fire service is here to serve you. The men and women of the fire service, we are here to serve the nation. When you see us on the roadway, give us that compliment. Let the officers overtake. Let them pass. They may be going to a court. Who knows? They may be going to save your house. When the siren is on, allow the fire officers to do their jobs. Those of you who do not have a smoke detector and an extinguisher, I'm saying to you, make that investment.
But the house value plenty money, $6 million.
Small investment to protect a big, in fact, it's your entire life.
Wow.
Your entire life.
When the people are homeless, normal people who never imagine. When I go to interview, they say, Mr. Alleyne, I never imagine I ever had to sleep by my neighbor.
Young people,
up in flames.
People come in our office after a fire, after we investigate fires, they sit in our office and sometimes big men and women are crying right in our office to see how simple they lost everything that they
get an
hard
extinguisher.
For. And that could save it. One extinguisher. Let me repeat it again. An ABC or a dry chemical powder fire extinguisher. Purchase at least a 5 pound or a 10 pound. That's the size.
Have it ready.
Have it ready. Placed on the wall, on the bracket, near your exits.
Check back all the gas tanks.
Check back your gas tanks.
The lines.
The regulator, the lines. Look for the flex it. Make sure there are no
Make sure
dry
you have
rotting.
a fire exit when you lock up in your room.
That's right. Make sure you have the fire escape windows. Yes, the fire escape windows. You're building your home, cater for one fire escape window in each bedroom.
One?
At least one.
Okay.
At least one, Ian.
At least
you
one.
need one.
At least
so it
one.
gives you the door and the window as an option.
Diwali coming, the lights
Diwali
again,
coming.
ULL.
UL listed
UL
lights
right.
for Christmas and Diwali when you want to light up your home. Go with the standard that you know has been tested by Underwriters Laboratory. No more than 3 lights on one circuit. That's
I
the
have
key.
persons coming here to give us information and just sensitizing us, but this information here is the best in recent times.
Thank you,
that
Ian.
we have aired on to just to sensitize people about the safety and fires and how it can happen. I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
Believe me, I didn't know. I just fired that to make sure you take off the gas tank or you light no fire, light no matches. But I didn't know that, people have to look. Listen, we're going to cut this segment off and send it to over 1 million persons tonight just to make sure and spread this, that this is serious. And sir, I wish you all the best.
Thank
and
you
I really
very much,
want to tell you,
thank you
again.
Thank you.
And this and anything that you have with your fire service and you want to tell the nation, my platform is your platform.
Appreciate
Anything
it.
you like to promote, you have videos to promote, not only for the Fire Prevention Week, whatever you have to promote out there, this is your platform.
We're asking the nation to scan the QR code that you
Scan
have,
the QR code,
join our WhatsApp channel, and get all your information downloaded. The same information we're sharing with you, you're going to get it.
Just a minute so you can scan. So when they scan this code, you all go up with your phone now and scan it. Go ahead.
Scan the code. It will take you straight to the fire service channel. We have a fire
There's
prevention
a fire service channel.
a WhatsApp channel, and on that channel has all this information. You'll see videos. You'll see helpful tips. You'll see about evacuation. You'll see about the lithium-ion batteries. And we're going to use this as a mechanism going forward. We have to use technology. We'll use it as a mechanism going forward to keep in touch with the public and to share virtual information live and alive with them.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to take a break, and thank you again,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.